Many of you in New Braunfels right now are just feeling some pain. You're having to make tough decisions about selling your home at a huge loss, renting it out, or foreclosing. I mean, wait, this is New Braunfels, the place that everyone's trying to move to. So why are we talking about gloom and doom? Because it's happening in real time. And this is why I'm telling you not to buy a house in New Braunfels unless, and we'll get to that big unless in today's video. If you are new here to my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because every week we are putting out timely and relevant information just like this about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. You never want to go back in time, but so far this year we are seeing a repeat of 2025. Home sellers who bought in the last 1 to 4 years having to make some really crucial and tough and painful decisions, take a huge loss on their home, rent it out at a loss, or foreclose. 2 of our client families felt this pain last year, losing a combined $31,000 on their homes at the closing table. And this year, a client family in this New Braunfels neighborhood that was so gung-ho about listing and selling their house after the holidays, all of a sudden switched strategies to renting their house after we showed them sold comparables that spelled a $20,000 loss if they decided to sell. We spoke with another family who wants to move out of their current neighborhood, this one in New Braunfels. They just purchased at the end of 2024, so just a short time ago. They would take a big hit too, and it doesn't help that they're in a developing neighborhood with new construction builders who have cut prices there the last 2 years. So their value is gone. Another client decided to invest in land and build a house on that land 4 years ago, which was the height, the peak of the market here in the New Braunfels area. And today, comps reveal not good news that she'll also lose money on the house if she sold today. That's why I'm telling you, don't buy a house in New Braunfels unless you understand the specific market that we're in here in New Braunfels. It's a very niche market. Here are the alarming numbers, and these numbers are very revealing of what we're seeing play out here today on the ground in New Braunfels. We are showing you the New Braunfels median home price growth from its peak to today. We peaked out at almost 24% increase in median home price in New Braunfels in city limits in April 2022. Shortly after, inflation started to hit hard, and mortgage rates started climbing, and that's why we're seeing this, look at this drastic tumble in median home price over the next 3 years. By September 2023, oh my goodness, everything that was gained from the top of the market was lost. An almost 25% plunge in median home price in city limits. As mortgage rates increased, there were fewer buyers in the New Braunfels housing market. And this is where it becomes a double whammy in New Braunfels, because we have more space, 46 square miles, more builders building homes, and inventory just kept piling up because we are not in a landlocked situation. We have a shortage of inventory. We don't have that here. We have an abundance of inventory. So as those homes kept piling up on the market, fewer buyers in the marketplace, home values and prices dropped further to minus 7.5 in August and September of 2024. Since then, the median home price in New Braunfels started to rebound, and today we're in positive territory. Home prices in city limits are up just a smidge at 1.8%. Same pattern in Hill Country, zip code 78132. Median home price spiked to 24% at the end of December 2021, when mortgage rates were, you guys remember this, a lot more favorable. And then there's always a dramatic, and then Hill Country home values started taking a steep dive for the next 3 years, corresponding with the increased mortgage rates and the inventory. And the median home price in Hill Country only started hitting positive territory just a few months ago in October of 2025. So median home prices in Hill Country and city limits followed similar patterns. They peaked in 2022 and then tanked, free fall for the next 3 years, and now starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel with improved mortgage rates as of this recording. Are you starting to understand that the very uniqueness, the very niche of the New Braunfels housing market? It is, I'm telling you, it's unlike any other housing market in America. It's like a triple-headed monster here. 46 square miles large in New Braunfels, which means there's a lot of room to build on, which builders have been doing the last few years. Plus, as we mentioned, higher mortgage rates up until recently, and new construction homes. New construction homes have dominated the New Braunfels housing market since the end of 2022, offering buyers incentives to lower their mortgage rates and even pay for closing costs, which has had an adverse effect on resale homes. So we had this 4.5, 5 year window where Prices peaked and then tanked, and we had higher mortgage rates and new construction home incentives and discounts enticing buyers. And this is why many of you new Braunfels right now are stuck and have little to no equity to sell your home. Do not buy a house in don't buy a house in New Braunfels unless you know you're going to be here for a while, because the housing market here only rewards longevity, not overnight stays. Here's the proof. Look at this. The median price of a home in New Braunfels city limits was $221 in 2015, jumped to $267 in 2020, and today the median home price in New Braunfels city limits is $309. Hill Country median home price was $380. Wow, that's a bargain. In 2015, jumped to $475 in 2020, $649,000 median home price at the peak in 2022, and today down to 2020 levels. You're still looking at $70,000 to $100,000 in equity over time, and time wins. Time in the home helped many of our sellers in 2025 who had been in their homes for several years and made money when they closed. I'm going to tell you one more time because this never gets old. Do not buy a house in New Braunfels unless you know the market here. And by now, hopefully at this point in the video, you know the market a little bit more. And don't buy a house here unless you know you're going to be here for a while. And I know nothing's guaranteed. People have good intentions. They want to move here, stay a long time, but they have to go. And this happens. We had a woman reach out to us recently and says she loves New Braunfels. She watches the videos. She wants to move here. She's never been here, so she's going to rent first to see if she's like it. That's a smart move on her part, because she might come here and find out it's too hot for her. We had clients like that last year, and they had to move. Or she might find out that the traffic is just too much for her. So a good move on her part. Just make sure New Braunfels fits like a shoe on you before you make a big purchase and buy a house here. Make sure you know what you're getting into. And continue to watch the videos on this channel. We put a lot of work and dedicate a lot of time to this for your benefit. We want you to be the most informed buyer or seller when it comes to moving to or selling your house in New Braunfels. And whether you plan on doing either one of those, of course, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, thank you so much for coming to and watching our videos every week. And we'll see you on the next one.